All right, in today's video, I wanted to walk you through what goes into making an effective campaign in Google Ads. In my opinion, there's five things that is keywords, ad copy, landing pages, tracking, and sales. If you have all those five things, chances are your campaign is going to be very effective. If you look at what makes a Google campaign effective, it generally breaks down to these five things, and I look at these things to really make a good sense of whether or not the campaign could be more effective or is maxed out and realistically you should diversify, put money into something else like SEO, Facebook ads, direct marketing, like any other form of marketing, right? Um, so when I look at it, I look at five things. The first one is the actual keyword targeting. Are you targeting the correct keywords? Are you targeting top of funnel keywords where it's let's say you're selling HVAC services, and one of the keywords you're targeting is like HVAC DIY or HVAC tips, something very broad. You could find something SEO related to it, where that would, might be worth having a dedicated like a blog or something dedicated to that to bring in more customers. But for Google Ads, that's really too high up. You're going to be most likely wasting money at that point. You want to be targeting bottom of the funnel keywords. These would be like HVAC near me, HVAC companies near me, broken furnaces, furnace repair, stuff like that. Stuff that shows buying intent right off the bat. There's no, I want to look for quotes, stuff like that. You want to get someone who is in the market to buy right now. Those type of keywords will do it. And then going through that and actually optimizing, seeing what keywords work better than other ones, and then optimizing for that, keeping the winners, getting rid of the losers, right? It's a long game, but it pays off in significant results over time if you do it right. The second thing is ad copy. If you have a significantly low click-through rate compared to the competition, it can really affect campaign quality and uh, Google Ads quality score. So essentially, you're going to be paying more per click because you run crappy ads. That's not a place you want to be. You want to keep your ad costs as low as possible, or cost per click as low as possible. You do that by writing good ads. You have a good landing page experience. These all play into factors, and also targeting the proper keywords, not just putting HVAC and then targeting like landscaping companies or something like that. Everything you need to have proper message match. So when someone clicks on an ad for something that is relevant to them, they go to a landing page that is relevant to them, not something else. It all has to be consistent. So ad copy is very important. When we write ad copy, we want to try and stand out from the competition as much as possible. You don't want to just put, best landscaping company, best pool installation company. You have to give the person a reason to buy and click on the ad. So think about like, do you have a, heating or cooling issue? Are you looking to install a pool? Something that really speaks to them and almost like you're reading their mind. That's really what you want to be. And you want to differentiate yourself from the competition. The third thing is the actual landing page. So landing pages, I highly recommend using them. We can just see massive results compared to sending it to websites. Generally, websites I've seen anywhere from like point 0 or zero point 0.1 to 3 or 4% conversion rates for websites. Uh, Landing pages, you're easily looking at 20%. Landing 20% is that's a good goal to aim for. It's not difficult to achieve. Um, and you're gonna like five times your results, or sorry, four or five times your results essentially overnight. I think it's worth the investment to even have just a software or to run it off like even a WordPress, a server using WordPress. I think it's really worth it. But that being said, you have to A/B test landing pages, make sure you're always trying to increase, always trying to do better. But they're a super useful tool at doubling, tripling, quadrupling the results of a Google to Ads campaign and making it even more effective. And that's one of the big things we look at too, is just proper landing pages used because it's such a multiplier when it comes to any successful campaign. And practically overnight, you can implement it and see results. Fourth thing is tracking. Technically, it may or may not do much in terms of actually making the campaign effective. Um, Actually, I take that back. It will make the campaign more effective if you're using Google's algorithm to feed itself with information from relevant landing pages. So it can be very effective for that. But if you're doing like a maximum cost per click campaign, um, it's a little less effective. But tracking is super important because you got to know which ones are your winners and which ones are your losers in your keywords, your ad copy. Well, technically not as much ad copy, keywords, landing pages. And the only way to do that is through proper tracking. That is an absolute must. There's so many people that they just go with Google's default tracking, and in all honesty, it's okay. If it's the only resource you have, it's all right. I highly recommend third-party tracking for um, any you anyone using Google Ads just because it's so much more effective and you see results in real time and it's 95 to 100% accurate. And if you're spending the money anyway, you might as well get proper tracking and you can see the results and see even if Google Ads is a good platform or not for you to advertise on. I recommend tracking any single advertising platform. So whether it's direct mail, classified newspaper ads, billboards, anything, have tracking associated with it so you know what your cost per lead is and what you're getting in return. It's super, super important and it really helps with the Google Ads overall effectiveness of this campaign. Or sorry, the effectiveness of the campaign. There we go. And the final thing is sales. So Google Ads, you can send someone a whole bunch of leads. They can be super qualified, and all of that can be absolutely blown out the window if the person doesn't know how to sell or have a proper selling system in place. So sales is super crucial. I prefer working with companies who have, a proper CRM, they have sales training of some sort. They know what they're doing. They they understand why people buy and they can make it so that they see a better result when, you bring them leads as opposed to someone who's essentially just, gone through business as an order taker. And they don't know why people buy. They don't know how to convince people to buy. They don't know why they should or how to explain that their product is superior or service is superior to other people's. Um, and in all honesty, at the end of the day, it does come down to sales. Whether or not you can sell is one of the biggest factors in business. Um, that really determines the effectiveness overall because you could have all these things: keyword right, ad copy right, landing page correct, tracking right, and then the person at the other end of the line or the phone or the email just doesn't know how to sell or isn't a people person. And then all of that effort, your effectiveness of the campaign just goes out the window. So sales is super, super important. But when determining whether or not a campaign is successful, I look at those five things. If you have any questions regarding this, if there's anything I really missed, let me know because I'd be interested to see what you guys think makes an effective campaign. Those are the five things we look at. Other than that, you guys have a fantastic day and I wish you well.